Hello, everybody. This is Carla, and this time I'm here to do a review on episode 5 of the X-Files 20th anniversary revival series. This is the second to last episode of the revival series because we only have 6 to go. And in this episode, we saw two new agents, Miller and Einstein, who are kind of, I guess, they're sort of XPs of Mulder and Scully in a way. Come in and try to solve a case where they had to speak to a terrorist who was in a coma in order to kind of figure out where his orders were coming from so they could stop other terrorist attacks. And I have to say, I'm going to try to make this short because I really did love the episode, but I'm going to try to make it short because I have a lot of other shows to watch right now. I'm so behind on everything. But I really like this show because, well, first of all, it started off with the Muslim boy, meeting up with this other Muslim boy. And we kind of saw him through his whole routine, his prayers, his food, his going around Texas, and how people treated him like he was some kind of weird thing walking around. And you kind of get the feeling that, okay, yeah, something's gonna happen, right? I mean, you could kind of see it coming that some kind of attack was going to take place. And I was kind of a little bit initially put off by that because we kept seeing this boy, this young man, go through the motion of his daily life. And I'm like, no, come on, don't make him a terrorist. Just give me something to make me feel like he might not be a terrorist. And then when the gallery exploded, I was like, really? Did you really have to do that? Because I wanted something different from them, like maybe somebody else would turn out to be the terrorist instead of the guy. I do believe the mother when she says that he kind of regretted it in the end. I choose to believe that because, again, much like Scully was saying, not all Islamists are terrorists, just like not all, people of any religion are anything. That the point of having such a large group of people is that you have so many different ways of thought. Even though they all share the same religion, it doesn't mean that they're all the same, right? So I was actually kind of hoping for them to give us something different, and I was kind of a little bit put off that it took the mother coming in and kind of swearing by everything that is holy that her son didn't do this, but there was no proof. I wish they could have proven it somehow, that the guy actually didn't didn't help with the bombing. He actually regretted it at the last minute. I wish we could have seen a bit more proof of that. But apart from that, I actually really did love the episode. I kept thinking, man, if this is some kind of like backdoor pilot type thing so that they can continue this series with Miller and Einstein, I'm totally sold, okay? Because I love them both to death. Like Lauren Ambrose as Einstein, she was so great. I mean, because you're used to Scully being the skeptic, right? We're used to it. We're fans of the show. But at the same time, Scully was never really that abrasive. You know what I mean? It's like, she would look at you and think you're a weirdo, but she wouldn't necessarily say it. She was always kind of very diplomatic, and she still is. But Einstein, she just goes off, man. And I love that. I freaking love that. And Miller was, oh my god, Robbie Mal is, first off, he's so hot. I can't, I'm shallow, I'm sorry. He's so hot, and I love watching him. But moreover, what I really liked is that he seems so earnest about believing in everything that in all these crazy things. And I really love that because, again, Mulder, he does have that thing where he gets really excited about the paranormal stuff, but he's never seemed so, like, legitimately, like, earnest in a way. He gets really pumped. He gets really intrigued and curious and that sort of stuff. But the feeling I got from Miller is that he just wants he just wants to be open to so many things because he feels he might help people. And that was the feeling I got from this, is that it's not just about the paranormal stuff, which, yeah, he believes in, and it's kind of silly to everybody else around him, but what I got from him is that he feels it might help people. Like in this case, he thought it might help to actually help this man. I got such empathy from him for this young man who got blown up in the explosion. Like, even if this guy was a terrorist, he could empathize with him in the fact that he's prone on a bed in a coma, and there's just no use thinking of what he was or what should happen to him. They just were trying to help as much as possible and give him, a death with dignity in a way. And I just really love that from Miller. And I tell you, if they're planning to make another season with just these two in the leads instead of Mulder and Scully, I would totally watch it. I'm totally up for it, because I love their their back and forth. I love that Einstein was she sort of got jealous when Scully came in as Miller's partner for this case. I mean, up to the point that she went and gave magic mushrooms to Mulder. And I really love the two of them. I think they would actually make a very good addition. If that's what Fox is planning, then I'm all on board for that. Speaking of magic mushrooms, though, that scene, oh my god, I totally just kept flashing back to Californication. I just absolutely kept flashing back to that, to Californication, and David Duchovny's character in that show, and the whole thing about the drugs, and he got so high, and the dancing and the line dancing, and everything was just so funny. And I think that's one of the scenes that are going to definitely be highlights of this entire endeavor that is the revival season, because it was hilarious. It was just really hilarious. I did like how they sold the case, though. The Ballon thing was interesting, because again, it's one of those things where you can't really explain it, because come on, Mulder got high off placebo, so how did he have this out-of-body experience with this poor guy? But as requisite in the X-Files, there's something that just can't be explained, but it works. And even if Scully didn't actually get the words out, she got the kid's redemption in a way through the mother, with her EKG. So I thought it was a good way to solve it. And Double Alpha Duke, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I can't speak Arabic. I'm sorry if I'm totally butchering it. But I like that Mulder actually heard something that made sense and turned out to actually be true. I love that Miller speaks Arabic. Actually, I really love that too. And I think they managed to grab things from all of them, things that they're good at, each and every one of them, and make them useful in the context of the episode. So for me, that was a really successful episode as far as writing goes. Very memorable. I loved Miller and Einstein. Then you have the Mulder dance, which was fantastic. And actually some kind of continuation of the previous episode, which I didn't like as much. But now, okay, it makes a little bit more sense why they had to do it. If I have one complaint, apart from the fact that, the Muslim boy turned out to be the terrorist, it would be that I think the ending went on for a little bit too long. I like that Scully went to visit Mulder again, and I like that they had their little conversation. I thought at the point where Mulder was so come walk with me, I thought at that point that would have been a good ending. And then they kept philosophizing about religion and people hating each other, and I'm okay, now you're laying it on a bit too thick now. So I thought it could have been cut a little bit earlier, I guess. But apart from that, I don't really have any complaints. I quite like the episode. And again, if Fox is actually planning to move along with Robbie and Lauren as the leads from this season on, I'm completely on board. You have my vote, Fox. You can totally do it because I loved both Miller and Einstein. I thought they were great. So yeah, that's about it from me now. As usual, remember you can visit our website at thegeekypub.com. We don't only have reviews for the previous episodes of The X-Files, but also for other TV shows, books, movies, games. We have a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to visit and check it out. And also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel because that is where usually our reviews go up first. Even before they hit the website, they are usually up on YouTube. So if you want to be notified straight away whenever we upload anything new, you don't want to miss anything, then you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel because that's where things go. So yeah, that's it from me. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.